Hey guys, Sen here, back in with some more capital raids, and today I've landed yet another perfect raid against this clan named Kerala. You can see there at number 11. That means 3 attacks on the capital peak and then 2 attacks to finish off each of the districts for a total of 15 attacks at capital hall level 9. So I'm going to be sharing with you guys all of the replays from this raid with the exception of Wizard Valley, which I just consider to be a boring base to attack and watch. But we're going to be starting off with Barbarian Camp, and I had a lot of cool and creative attacks in this raid, so I hope you guys enjoy this longer video. Now, against the Barbarian Camp, I always recommend that you go air, and so that's exactly what we're going to do with our Rocket Loons today. So against this base, I see that they don't have great splash defense coverage on this bottom side over here, and so I drop in a Skelly Barrel to help take out the cannon and start clearing some of the trash buildings. And you're going to see I'm actually going to start by dropping in a ram down here low to go towards this wall to pass this cannon to make sure there isn't any traps for my Larrys as they try to take out the cannon. Notice how the ram goes for this wall even though this wall over here is even closer. The way ram AI works is that it prefers this wall because there's just 1 layer of walls before the buildings, whereas over here there is 2 layers of walls before that air defense. Now I sent in Skeleton Barrel. There wasn't any traps, but that's always just a good practice to do when you only have 1 Skeleton Barrel and you know that there might be traps down there. So the Skeleton Barrels work through the cannon. They're easily going to take down that slow firing Mega Hidden Tesla and also grab a trash building and work towards the cannon. I try to assist those couple of Larrys that went towards the trash building with the Barbarian and to try to help DPS that cannon down, but it survives with the Sliver now. I also see on this base that this side over here doesn't have great crown coverage, and so I open up with 2 rams, then drop in a cannon cart to help snipe down the air defense and air bombs, with a giant to help tank, and as the spear throwers get distracted, I drop in some rocket balloons to start working through those so as to relieve some fire off of my cannon cart and giant. And so at this point we're just going to work our way in, and as my cannon cart moves in, I drop in some more balloons to help push in. I try to take advantage of the giant and the cannon cart distracting the rocket artillery just to sneak my way in with a couple of balloons, help take out the spear throwers, help take out the air bombs, and then we're going to help take out the other air bombs. 1 loon towards the Tesla, take it out and distract for the air bombs, so 2 loons can help one-shot the air bombs. And now we're just going to work our way to the left or to the right and pick off that spear thrower, and with our last rocket loon we're going to drop it in on this rocket artillery. I actually forgot to use the lightning spells, and so it doesn't really matter for this attack. I'm going to zap down these 3 sets of air defenses like that. So I'm just going to set that up for the next raid at this point. And just like that, we are set up for our second raid. And I want you to pay attention to this. So I drop in, you see those lightning spells in midair. I drop in those lightning spells at this time, and you can see down there, replay ends in 3 minutes 0 seconds. And so this attack was literally a buzzer beater attack. You're gonna see I drop in a P.E.K.K.A down low to help work its way in through all the trash buildings as well as distract the rocket artillery. Actually, I make sure that first these 2 packs of rocket balloons distract the rocket artillery while taking out the spear thrower and bomb tower so I can save a little bit of health on that P.E.K.K.A. So the P.E.K.K.A is just going to work its way in, grab some trash building, clear out the giant, and tank for the rocket artillery as it pushes its way in. And while it's distracting, I sneak in some rocket balloons to help take out the air defenses and the rapid rockets for me. And then once the P.E.K.K.A clears all the trash buildings, I break it into this multi-cannon and want it to help take out that Mega Hidden Tesla for me. So I've also dropped in a camp of minions on the bottom right earlier just to clear out some of the more trash so I can start deploying my rocket balloons more precisely. I drop 2 on each multi-mortar to push their way into the Mega Hidden Teslas and the air defenses. After the air defenses go down, I drop in 1 more pack of rocket balloons. I want to get towards that Mega Hidden Tesla, which is the last big threat to my rocket balloons on this base. That goes down. And so at this point, there's just 2 spear throwers on the back end. My loons are just going to slowly work their way through all of these ground targeting defenses. And unfortunately, that P.E.K.K.A just doesn't have enough health and it dies. Had that P.E.K.K.A been alive, helping me with cleanup, this probably would have been much smoother, but I dropped in that last pack of rocket balloons to help work their way towards this back-end spear thrower, and it's going to trade away that back-end spear thrower, but you're going to see there's a lot of base left in terms of trash, and I only have balloons, but you're going to see that the rocket loon gods blessed me in that one rocket balloon, one lone hero rocket balloon split off from the rest of the pack, clearing out all of the trash over here, and that saved me so much time on cleanup. And you saw, I did not have any time left on this attack. It was a buzzer beater, and I was saved by some pretty good RNG. I didn't have any problems with power on this attack, but this attack was so close on time because rocket balloons are so slow to clean up. And so I was so hyped when I got this attack off. Next up, we have Dragon Cliffs, and you're going to see I do a really cool trick against this space. I start off dropping a Barbarian to help clear out that clan house so I can drop in troops even further up. And I wait for this Super Dragon to fly near the cliff's edge, and when it does, I quickly drop in 2 packs of balloons to snipe that blast bow, and then a Super Dragon of my own while the enemy Super Dragon is distracted on the balloons, because then that means my Super Dragon gets off its attack before his, and then mine is going to win that battle. And so with 75 can space of troops, I'm able to trade the blast bow and a Super Dragon, and I don't even have to use a rage for that. So now we're going to work up the right side of the base to help try to clear some more Super Dragons with our archers. Notice I drop in 2 archers towards that Spirit Thrower. They're going to take out the Spirit Thrower, then I pull that dragon with my ram, and they're going to kill that dragon, then take out the cannon, and then get some damage off on some other buildings. So those 2 packs of archers got insane value in the base. And now at this point, we're just clearing out some of the buildings. We're going to fast forward through this because it's just drop in your archers and wait for them to slowly take out buildings one by one. And you're going to see once we clear out this side over here and then clear out this cannon, we're going to be able to drop our archers around the wall here because it's not closed over there. So we're actually just able to hook around that little junction. And so we drop in our second rage. We try to make sure that we drop in the rage between these 2 dragon posts. That other dragon is moving its way towards me. I don't have a good way to drop archers inside the rage yet, so I just wait for it to go back before we drop in some more archers to clear some more buildings. And as we clear some more buildings and the spawn area gets opened up, now we can drop archers directly inside the rage to target the dragons. And then we're going to use some rams to help distract. We don't have any more rams, so we just drop in our last pack of archers to help quickly DPS that last dragon. And so on this one attack, we cleared out 4 of the Super Dragons, even though they were all super spread out. And there's only 1 dragon left. And you're going to see how I'm able to reach it. So first, I drop in 1 pack of archers to snipe the dragon post and Spirit Thrower that's low. Then I drop in a ram towards this wall. The base builder actually made a mistake in that this clan house shouldn't be here. Otherwise, the ram wouldn't go for this wall. So I drop in the ram to help distract the cannon and go for the wall, and then drop in a barbarian while it's distracted to help snipe that cannon down. And you're going to see my troops are all going to survive and clear out all of this trash over here, so I can start deploying another ram towards this wall, open that up, and then get directly towards this Super Dragon. So because they had that clan house like that, I was able to really easily flank around the base and directly reach that Super Dragon, where we're going to just drop in 2 archers to quickly go towards the Super Dragon, then some rams to help distract. And you're going to see that Super Dragon just goes down super easily with just 2 more packs of archers. We still have 7 packs of archers. I made sure that I brought extra just in case things went wrong, but they didn't go wrong, and so we have a ton of extra that we can use to help snipe down some more defenses before we drop in our hogs. And so once we drop in some of the last packs of our archers, we drop in our hogs to try to help keep some of those archers alive. There's actually 3 bomb towers left on the base, so I do have to be a little bit careful with my hogs. Make sure they're not all standing in the range of the giant bombs or the bomb tower bombs all at once at the same time, and make sure I heal through that last bomb tower as my hogs all converge to it. And so all of my hogs are going to be healthy as they move through the back end of the base, distract that wizard tower with the barbarian, and they're just going to work through those last couple of defenses, a cannon and a wizard tower, and there's just cleanup left at this point, so we're going to fast forward through here. But you can see on that first attack, I was able to clear so much of the base. That rocket loot and Super Dragon trick was super cool on that exposed blast bow and Super Dragon post. Now we have Balloon Lagoon, and against this base, I always recommend that you try to finish up with Hog Raiders. And in order to do so, you have to make sure you have a plan to deal with all of the rocket artilleries in the base, ideally taking out as many of those as you can with your setup hit, and I'm going in with archers to do so. So I'm entering up the bottom side of the base, And I see that down here, if I snipe the spear throwers and the bomb towers that are super easy to take out with my archers, I'm able to push into that second layer with the crusher and the air defense, and no other defenses will be shooting my archers. So my archers are going to be freely able to snipe down these two defenses, and I won't even need to drop a rage for those archers, and I can save those rages for deeper into the base. I also try to drop in a ram up here to try to get towards this flying fortress shard, but unfortunately it refuses to go towards this and just decides to path all the way around like an idiot. But yeah, we drop in the archers to take out the first layer of defenses, and you can see, like I said, they're going to be able to snipe the crusher as well as the rapid rocket, so I don't have to spend any more archers to help take those out, which was really nice in saving my rages for deeper. And once again, I bring in a couple more skeleton barrels because I see that this bottom side doesn't have any splash defense coverage, so I drop in that one ram to help probe ahead for traps. You can see it pulled a small bomb, so it was actually super worth it to drop in that ram. It's always important that you do that when you don't have that many skeleton barrels. Use some rams to help search ahead. That other barbarian is also going to pull a small bomb as well as a giant bomb for me that time, which saved a lot of my Larrys. I drop in a pack of archers to help DPS some of the last buildings down, and we're just going to push our way in. We still haven't dropped our rages, and because we were able to efficiently take out that first compartment as well as that second compartment with Larrys, I'm able to now rage directly towards all three of the rocket artilleries in the base. And so that's exactly what I'm going to do. I make sure I drop in a barb inside this channel to test for any traps before I start dropping in archers, because I figure that there's very likely going to be traps over there. Once again, I tried dropping in a ram over here, but that doesn't work. Now we're just going to slowly push in our way towards those rocket artilleries with our archers. I'm going to fast forward from here, drop in that one barbarian. It does pull a trap as well as reveal that mega hidden Tesla, which was nice. And at this point, we have one more ram that we have to break into this wall to get to that rocket artillery, but we're just dropping our archers on both sides. Notice how after I take down this rocket artillery and this spear thrower, see what I'm going to do? We drop in the camp of archers, help snipe that rocket artillery down, and then I'm going to drop in my one rocket balloon towards this rocket artillery, take that out. It's going to grab a cannon as well as another cannon for me, so that one pack of rocket balloons grabbed a rocket artillery and then two cannons for free basically. And I've run out of time because I'm using archers. Super boring strategy, but it got the job done. All three rocket artilleries on this base are down, and so we can easily go in with hogs to clean this base up. I bring in a couple of skeleton barrels because there's only ground targeting point defenses left on the base, which the skeleton barrels are super good at distracting. So I drop in the skeleton barrels before I send in my hogs. They also pull a couple of traps for me, which was nice before my hogs get there. So I work through the bottom section, then I start in that middle section with a skelly barrel as well as a ram to help open up the wall so my skeleton barrels can go even deeper inside the base. And you can see those skeleton barrels just do such a great job at distracting for your hog raiders that the defenses just have such a hard time shooting your hogs. Now, I tried to swag both heals, but after that giant bomb went off, I got cold fingers and I dropped one of my heals for my hogs. But don't worry, I still have one swag heal that I can use for the river. Always heal the river as usual. And my hogs are just going to work their way around to clear out those last few trash buildings. I just have so many hogs alive because I was able to distract with those skeleton barrels. Now, against this builder's workshop, we're going in with our rocket loons once more. I started in with 2 rams. I always recommend that you go with a couple of rams if you're going to go rocket loons against this base, because there could be zap traps. So we try to send them in to help test. Then we drop in a skeleton barrel to distract that air bombs before we send in 2 packs of rocket balloons to help quickly DPS that down. And then we also send in a rocket balloon towards the wizard tower to help protect some of our Larrys so they don't all get splashed down. And so you're going to see I quickly push through that first section of the base. I'm just going to let my rocket balloons work their way down. Once they get in range of this air bombs over here, I'm going to drop in a ram to help test once more for zaps, and then 2 more rocket balloons to take advantage of those other slow-moving rocket balloons, the tanking that they're providing for me. So now they're just going to work their way through the spear throwers and the wizard towers, which don't threaten your rocket balloons that much. Slowly but surely, they work their way through, and then I actually make a mistake in a moment. I tried to drop in those 2 rocket balloons towards the spear thrower, but I misfired towards the multi-cannon. But it's fine, they helped take out some of the ground targeting defenses that would have gone in my way as I target those air defenses on the second attack. So I just pushed through the bottom few air defenses with some rocket balloons. And then we just try to get to that spear thrower. Actually, a Mega Hidden Tesla is going to pop, and so we drop in a Barbarian to help distract one of its shots as we quickly send in 1 pack of rocket balloons to sneak its way in and help take out that Mega Hidden Tesla for me. Now at this point, we just set up our zaps for the second attack as well as clear out some of the trash buildings left on the base. So we are going to zap down this cluster of air defenses and then this air defense that's buried in the back behind all of the other defenses. You always want to be prioritizing air defenses that are buried deep inside the base like that, and so we're going to finish off zapping those defenses, like I said, for our second attack, where we're just going to try to swarm the rest of the base with rocket balloons. So I've brought in a couple of minions to help with cleanup as well as tanking for my balloons on their approach. So 1 camp of minions, then a balloon towards the air defense, then 1 camp of minions, and then a balloon towards the raptor rocket, and then 2 balloons towards the air bombs. That's all going to go down, and my balloons are going to survive, and they're just going to keep pushing their way in. As they do, I reinforce, and I'm really fast with my rocket balloons. You usually don't have to be this fast. Just take it slow if you're new to this attack, but yeah, I'm just quickly swarming the last few air defenses left on the base, and you're going to see I have an entire balloon parade surviving towards the end. So yeah, this attack is really strong, especially when you learn how to be quick with your loon drops, quick and precise. That's the way you're going to get the most value out of them. And yeah, that's Builder's Workshop smashed in 2 attacks as well. For the sake of time, I will also skip over the replay against the Golem Quarry, which wasn't that interesting in my opinion anyways, and we're going to focus on the Capital Peak, which this attack was super cool. So against the first attack, I just dropped in my Sneaky Archer Rage. This is really boring to watch, so we're just going to fast forward through this ×4, push through the first defensive troops, and then make sure that the Cannon Cart's second form expires before we continue on with our archers. We're just trying to push in our way with our archers and Rage into the District Hall, clear out as many of these defenses as we can, as well as opening up the deployment zone towards the District Hall directly, because you're going to see how we take advantage of that for our second hit. So with our last few archers, we want to make sure we grab that Inferno Tower and open up enough walls to where we can reach that District Hall. And with our second attack, we go in with a Mountain Golem Wizard Bomb. So you can see a ton of chain value off the District Hall, but the thing with the Wizard Bomb is you have to be careful that your wizards don't get splashed down, because the Capital Peak, its fire will splash onto your wizards when you're using giants especially, and if your wizards are low and they then get hit by a giant cannon or a rocket artillery shot, they will die. So you have to make sure you protect them, and the way I do that is first I snipe down this rapid rocket and this wizard tower with archers. Also, I try to clear out the multi-mortar so we can directly target the District Hall. Then we drop in a Mountain Golem instead of giants higher towards the 4 o'clock-ish side of the Capital Peak, up high like that, and then we drop in our wizard low towards this multi-mortar so that the splash defenses aren't going to splash my wizards as my Mountain Golem tanks for them. And that is also the reason I go with the Mountain Golem, because there's so many splash defenses. I'm worried that my giants are just going to die, and so I wanted to bring something more sturdy, the Super Wizards, and you can see my Super Wizards are completely safe as they are working through that District Hall now. Because the Mountain Golem does so much damage, my Super Wizards aren't actually going to be able to chain down all of the defenses behind it, but they are all super low to where 1 pack of archers can just quickly finish them all off. And my Mountain Golem is still healthy, and it can just push through a bunch of other defenses, the Crusher, and a couple of point defenses on the back end. And I also had 1 pack of archers down low to help take out a cannon, and they're also working through a bunch of trash buildings as well. So we're just fast forwarding because the Mountain Golem, honestly, is even more boring to watch than archers because of how slow it is. You can just see it slowly waddling towards buildings, even at ×4 speed. The Mountain Golem is so painful to watch, but time is going to run out or the Mountain Golem is going to die, and we're able to finish off this base really easily because there is almost no ground defenses left on the base. I just drop in 1 skeleton barrel to help tank the Mega Hidden Tesla on the approach, and then we just drop in our hogs, make sure we take advantage of their stunning ability to help take out the defenses efficiently without them firing back on us. I'm actually surprised that this Crusher was even able to get off a shot on that first pack of hogs. I would have thought that the glider would be able to reach that thing first, but unfortunately it wasn't. And yeah, you can see we have so many hogs left and there are basically no defenses left. So yeah, we don't even need those 2 heals. Unfortunately, the capital peak doesn't have a river. You can't drop any heals over here near the waterfall, but we just dropped them down, swag anyways. Healed their lawn, and thank you for the 15 attack raid. We just crushed this clan. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video where I used a lot of troops that I don't normally use in really creative ways, like with the Mountain Golem and the Super Dragon. But like and subscribe if you did, and take care.